Okay, so that's the button I'm going to be making a holder for. It's a Dodd copy, so it actually has a cello size octagon here and a viola size here, and the ebony is also about viola size. So it's a unique button that I think is a good example to make a holder for. So what you do need is a product called KNEAD-IT by Selleys, some cling film, maybe post-it notes if you want to, and a pair of gloves. So part one is put on the gloves, or if you want to, you can undo the pack of KNEAD-IT first. Probably easier to do that first, actually. I don't know if they have this everywhere. In America, I'm in Australia. Basically what it is, polymer repair compound, and when it so it looks like this, basically like a form of clay. Actually, you might need a thumbnail for this part. Now I'm just going to do half of the tube, and you can see inside here there's a darker colour, so when you mash these two together it will start to heat up and then form a bit of a goo that feels a bit like hard blue tack. Hopefully you can see what I'm going for with this. So I'm obviously not a swordsmith, so I can't do that thing where I roll it and then get 1,000 folds or whatever it is from. But anyway, it doesn't matter if it's perfectly mixed or not. It seems to know what to do. So this part's easy. That's why I like this. I can feel it getting warmer now as well. So you can make it into a bit of a ball or a slug. Oh, one other thing you might need is some sort of square, or as in a ruler type of thing, but we'll get to that. So this is part one. Part one. This is why I have the post-it note. Post-it note goes here. The what should I call it? Little block, I guess. I guess the block goes here. And I will use this stainless steel ruler to make it relatively flat. Although it does stick. It does stick, okay. Anyway, okay, so, right, that's what I didn't do. Cling film over the top of the KNEAD-IT, then flatten it. So now that's nice and flat. And then get the screw, and I recommend taking off the glove so that you don't have any of the KNEAD-IT on you. And find one point where you want to press it into the KNEAD-IT. And try to go about halfway, maybe a bit less, because we'll be doing this process again. And when you do the second part will sort of cover up what you didn't do. So just as long as it's snug. And I might film a bit of a close-up here. You also don't want to squeeze too tight, otherwise it won't come back out again. So this might not look it might not look like much, but this, where did it go? That's the KNEAD-IT there, and then the button fits nicely in here. Okay, so you can keep pressing the end. Keep pressing the end there. So that is more or less the shape of the button. You can push a little bit of this here, but there's a reason why I don't do that too much. You can pinch down at either side here, but not here. Okay, you can press from the top, and no need to worry about this part because that will be filed back. Yeah, this part will be filed back because obviously you need some clearance here once the button is in the stick. So you'll notice it won't be able to go there just yet. Sorry for the bad camera work, by the way. I'm trying to do this technique, achieve this, film it. Now this already, this polymer is actually probably set enough so that you can actually take the, let me put this on the stand. It's set enough, probably, so that you can take off the, actually no, give it a bit longer. Cut off the excess while you're doing that. Also, if the fit isn't perfect, you can file away bits that you don't need. So, for example, okay, so that came off. That came off nicely. I didn't have to do anything there. So there, that's sort of a, that's a securer. So yep. So that this just drops in right now. It's not going as high as I wanted, as in the angle I wanted this, but as you'll see, it won't matter. So it's sitting comfortably here, and it's not rocking around. If I put a bit of pressure, it doesn't want to rock around. So, yeah. So it's set already, if I do that. Perfectly set. Once you get better at it, and I haven't done this in ages, while it's setting, you would actually be able to press this into the polymer, cut this away, do one there, but at this stage it's no problem because we'll be doing the second layer, and I think we're ready for the second layer now, to be honest. I'll use Glad wrap that wasn't used. So another pair of gloves. Now I know this is not the world's quickest tutorial, but if you think about it, if you follow along with me, you'll be able to get this this device made in about 20 minutes, I hope. 20, 25. At least you'll be able to get the mold portion of it done. So the same thing again with mixing. I don't know how long it took last time, but it's really not, you know. If you're a fidgety person like me, this is just, you know, this is just something you do every day with blue tack or bubble wrap or whatever. Just has to be a nice uniform colour. So they're still quite stripy, like an alien dog poo. So get it to that nice grey colour. Okay, now when I put the, what I have to do with this part, I actually have to put the screw in first. Sorry, the button or screw, whatever you want to call it. Make sure it's sitting well. You might need to put something underneath it, maybe a bit of leather, a couple of bits of leather, and make sure not to do what I'm doing right now and messing around too much, because this will be drying already. So there, in the holder, a nice flat bit of Glad wrap on top. So now you do part two. So another sort of, I like to make a square, and then right on top, it's right on top there. Okay, not too deep. You might be able to see what I did with my finger. I went a little deep there, but the main thing is that you have enough material to hold afterwards. So all this will be filed away. And this, by the way, is what I meant with the cutting. You can do this and it just looks like cheese. Okay. So done right, you can do this. See, it just looks like a bit of chocolate there. Okay. Make sure there's a little bit of room, not too much. You lift up the Glad wrap. Make sure that the button is fairly stable. In fact, I can't really move that much at all. See that there? I can lift this up with just my pinky, and my hand comes with it. So I'll take my hand off that. And it should be dry very, very soon. So that's part one. I think part two might be another video. It's about 1 in the morning here, so I should be going to bed, but I'd rather do this instead of uploading it in 30 days. So this is part one. There you are. Part one, and that took 14 minutes and 20.